Good evening. We're on Saturday, March the 30th. I've been napping for a while. Yes, I have. Don't listen to Minxie and her lies. Lies! She didn't rebuttal it. I buttled, sir. So yes, I have been asleep for many hours. It is 2 a.m. in the morning. So that counts as the next day, right? Correct? It's not, of course I guess daylight savings time always happens in the middle of the night anyway, somewhere in the AM. Why doesn't it happen in the middle of the day? What's the rules? What's the daytime savings like? So what? The daytime... Wait, hold on. The daylight savings time rules. Why doesn't it ever happen during the day? Curiouser and curiouser, aren't we? Yes, Minxie. See, this is how you know that I've just woken up. Pretty much. I mean, I got up and I peed and, I got some of Mom's things out of the dishwasher. But as soon as I wake up, Minxie is right here. She's like, by the way, you've been asleep for a few hours and you haven't given me a shred of attention. So, do it now. Yes, Miss Minx. Yes, Miss Minx. Hello, I am awake. You've been asleep on the back of the couch, apparently, this whole time. Phew. Now it's attention time. So, apparently, it's time to answer a question so that I can have that over for the day. Because, of course, I wasn't going to take my camera with me. And I don't want to forget. I don't want to miss the opportunity. So, and I don't really want to film in Mom's car. So, we will answer today's question right now, after this yawn, and after Minxie loves on the book a little bit. Yes, hello. Favorite breakup song? There is an interesting one. No, that's not a breakup song. I was going to say there's an interesting one called Twist of the Magi. I want you to know, this weirdo, she likes to eat spider webs. She likes to eat spider webs. So, since you're here distracting me from answering this stupid fucking question. It's not a stupid fucking question. It's a stupid fucking question for me, personally, because, I know when people, I don't know, I like songs, I enjoy music, some of them can make me feel feelings, I guess, but, I know some people when they're sad or whatever, after a breakup or whatever, they listen to all the songs and, all the breakup songs and whatever and blah, 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 blah. I guess maybe once again, because I've never been there, I don't understand the experience or whatever. I don't know. I don't listen to music specifically because I feel a certain way. Specific songs can make me feel a certain way. There's one, oh crap. What is the name of that song? It's a Flyleaf song, and I just listened to it, I just actually listened to it, yesterday, or whenever I was listening to music the other day. Flyleaf. Hold on while I set apart this dream. I'm pretty sure it's about a kid dying, or a kid going to heaven sort of thing. That made a tear or two, trickle down my cheek, So I have an updated answer. I probably won't remember it the next time. If this book asks me the last time I cried, but so songs can make me feel a certain way, but I don't specifically listen to songs because I'm feeling a certain way. That's just not how it goes. And I was thinking, it's called Twist of the Magi before somebody interrupted me. It's a collaboration between actually Rascal Flatts and Shadazy. If anybody remembers Shadazy, and you should, because I love them. I wish they were still making music, but it was two of Lyric. I believe it was Lyric Street at the time. You know, Disney's music label. They were, you know, two of their biggest acts. Shadazy was even on One Life to Live. Thank you very much. Back in the day. I think it was One Life to Live, or was it General Hospital? I'm pretty sure it was One Life to Live. I know the other girl. She was on there, and she actually played somebody's cousin. She played Al's cousin. I believe Al Holden, the son. I think it was Max's son. I don't know if it was his son with Luna. If it was his son with someone else. I don't know. All these families on all of these soap operas, especially when people jump from person to person to person for the drama. Anyway, roll it in, rope it back in. So there's this song called "Twist of the Magi." I think it's supposed to be kind of a Christmas song. I believe it's on Shadazy's Christmas album, where, you know, the story of the, you know, the story of what's the actual story called? The something the Magi. He's like, the wife buys the husband something. I can't remember what the wife buys the husband. Does she buy him something for his pocket watch? But it turns out he sold his pocket watch to buy her these fancy hair clips, but she cut all of her hair off to be able to pay for whatever it was that she bought him, you know, so they each bought each other very meaningful gifts, and then to be able to purchase these meaningful gifts, they each gave up something that they loved very much. You know, like I said, I'm pretty sure she cuts off all her hair to be able to buy him his meaningful gift, and then he sold his thing to be able to buy her meaningful gift, which was her hair clips, but she cut off all her hair. You know, that's one thing. She bought him a something for his pocket watch or something, but it turns out he sold his pocket watch to be able to buy the fancy gifts, you know. So it's like, oh, we did this, you know, out of love. Well, the twist of the Magi song is funny because they don't do that. They do something to torture the other person. God, I can't even remember a line from it now. It's been so long since I've listened to it. But I sold your Rolex to buy that new Versace dress. Something like that, you know. So they're each like, but then in the end, they're like, oh, but we really do love each other. I'm pretty sure, you know, somehow they still like love each other through all of this bullshit that they're putting each other through. You know. Man, I can't. That's the only line I can remember. I sold your Rolex to buy that new Versace dress. So, but basically, you know, they're doing something to the other person to benefit themselves, but then in the end, they're like, well, you know, we're torturing each other this much, it must be love or something. So it's kind of a twisted love song, I guess, but in a way, it's still a love song. Because, like I said, at the end of it, I'm pretty sure they're still together. Oh no. I have one, but I can't tell you what it is, because the twist is, they're in love, but she finds out that he's been cheating on her, and then the end of the song, like, you think everything's, oh, it's so lovey-dovey, it's so wonderful, but then they're going out to celebrate their anniversary, and at the end of the song, she drives the car off the cliff. Because there's the first, I guess, is it verse? I don't know. You know, the first verse is like, oh, it's so sweet, it's so nice, they're going out for their anniversary. And then the second verse is like, oh shit. Like, you find out that she knows that he's been cheating on her. And you're like, oh my god, so much drama. And then in the third act, she drives the car off the cliff. So, You just think it's this nice, sweet, oh, it's this lovey song, they're going out for their anniversary and whatever, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, I guess if you listen to the music, maybe the music has a dark undertone, so maybe you know there's more going on or whatever, but I can't tell you what song that is because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin the surprise when you get there. If you were to ever happen to come across this song, it's a country song, of course. If that'll narrow down the genre for you at least. So that one's kind of funny, and it's kind of funny because I used to listen to this song all the time in the dorm room when I lived with Robert. You know, because it was an album that I listened to over and over and over and over and over again. Maybe it was one of my comfort albums from being on my own for the first time. I don't know. Technically, I wasn't on my own. I was, using Robert as a crutch, as a security blanket, even though, we didn't have the same schedules or classes or any of that sort of stuff. But at least at the end of the day, I was able to come home to him. And then he'd already be asleep probably because he went to bed super stupid fucking early. Which became a point of... That's what I'm saying. Like, it became a point of contention. Like, best friends, bad roommates. So, just because you're good friends doesn't necessarily mean you should live together. But yeah, like, and then we were listening to it in his car while we were cruising around or whatever, and he just all of a sudden stops, and he rewinds the song, and he listens to it again, and he was like, did she just drive the car off the cliff? And I was like, yeah. I was like, how many times have you heard me listen to this song? And he's like, oh, I wasn't really paying attention. So that's a pretty neat song. I wish I could tell you, though, because it's so, I don't want to, if you don't want to be spoiled, mute me right now if you don't want to know what this song is. Because in case somebody wants to go listen to it, and it's kind of a neat song the way that unfortunately I've just ruined the experience for you, because I think that's part of the experience is not knowing what's going to happen, and then as you're listening to the song you're like, oh my god, and then you're like, oh my god, so if you don't want to know what the song is, spoiler alert, when you hear me tell you to come back, it's okay, you can come back. But if you don't want to know what the song is, mute me right now. I'll give you a second. I'll give you a minute. If you need a second, I don't know where the mute button is down here, but to mute me, do it now. Do it now. Do it now. I'll give you a minute to find the mute button. Make your decision whether or not you want to hear me or not. Do it now. Okay. Well, actually, I haven't told you to come back yet. Mute me if you don't want to know. I'm being serious. Actually, it's a band that I was just talking about. It was a Shadazy song, and it's called A Night to Remember. So, if you want to look that up, look it up, listen to it, enjoy it, even though I've just ruined most of the experience for you, and have fun. Okay, now you can come back. Come back. Unmute me. We can party. So, come back. Come to Butthead. Right? So yeah, that's definitely a favorite of mine. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to think of any other specific breakup song because I don't know. I'd have to think long and hard, and there's your dick joke for the day. Yeah, I mean, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head, because like I said, I don't know, I don't go to music. I mean, do people do they do that to wallow in their sorrows or make themselves feel better or whatever? Like I don't know. So I'll just go with that one. As my favorite breakup song. I'm sure there's some other like classic ones that I'm not thinking of. But I mean, maybe I don't like them as much, you know. I don't know what Minxie thinks of the shitty, weird, like techno dance pop music, country, Celtic music, rock music I listen to. So, what? She's like, I'm here, pet me. I'm here, pet me. Okay, so that's probably about the best answer you're going to get out of me for this one. And like I said, I'm going to Mom's, and I don't know how long I'll be there, so tomorrow's video will probably, I assume, be late in the day, probably like 4 or 5 o'clock. Mom said something about, hope everybody has a happy Easter, if you celebrate, I suppose. Because she said something about cooking an Easter dinner, but maybe she's going to already have it cooked and we're going to eat it tonight. That would make more sense than actually eating it on Sunday, when I'm supposed to be, you know, doing the work and then, you know, eating a whole bunch and then coming back home. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is on that one, but there again, I mean, restaurants are open on Easter, right? Maybe not all of them. I don't know. We'd be able to find fast food, I'm sure. I'm sure fast food's open on an Easter. They might close for Christmas, but so people can spend time with their families. Easter's more about, you know, spending time with your church family, even if that's like the one time of year you go, right? Isn't that what it is? I wouldn't know. I remember going to sunrise service once. I can't remember if that was with Jason or Robert. It was probably Robert. I can't even remember where it was that we went. I don't know. It was like, had to be up early, and it was because it was sunrise service. Like it was outside. At least part of it was outside. Oh, I don't know. So I wonder if there'll be an Easter question tomorrow. Maybe. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Right, Minx. Right. I guess. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go make myself some mashed potatoes. That actually sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. Some mashed taters. No gravy though. I don't have gravy. But anyway, that's today's answer, I suppose. Early in the morning. And every time I do this early in the morning, though, I almost forget. Like, I freak out later in the day. I'm like, have I answered the question? Like, did you put your name in the Harry Potter? Did you put your name in the Harry Potter? No. Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Something like that. That was probably... It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I probably shouldn't be shouting. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry, neighbors. That was not the loudest shout that I could have done, I suppose, but it's a raised voice, so maybe not. Just start to whisper ASMR. So this has been almost 20 minutes, because now it's 2:20, so, and I have no better answer for this, so this is just me blabbing on and on for nothing. But anyway, that's your question of the day. Have a happy Easter tomorrow, since I probably won't see you until late, and, find all them eggs, bitch. And I'll see you for what I see you.